Once this gets a little tension on it, you can use your hook to save your fingers. Putting your fingers under here and pulling from this position is very hard on your hands. So using the hook just to get your slack out of the way can be very helpful and save you a lot of grief if you also want to play your instrument in the same day. Now you'll notice that the head is starting to actually have a tone. So the rim is a little low over here, a little high here, so I'm going to pull extra and try to bring that rim down. The head hasn't moved over to the side, so it's just a matter of stretching it evenly. Watching the ring here, make sure your distance from the foot is about the same all the way around. So once you get to the end and you're starting to get tension on it, it's okay to use your feet to get that final knot. Once you pull on it, grab this and push this edge over and hold it with your thumb in place so that you can pull this down and you can keep a nice tight knot and you don't lose any of that slack you did on that last pull. Now I'm going to switch gloves, get that Okay, so now I've switched gloves. This glove I've cut the tip of the finger off of just so that I can play now with a little more accuracy and really listen to the fine tuning. Again, it's so tight that I don't want to use my fingers to get these straps, so we'll use the hook to get underneath it here. Now as I go, rather than looking at the ring at the bottom, I'm spending most of my time listening to the knob. High spot here and the low spot here, so I'm going to pull extra here and try to bring this up to that pitch as we go around. The drum generally has two pitches to it if it's out of tune. It'll have a high spot and a low spot. The high spot will take the space of 4 straps, and then a low spot will be 4 straps, and then again you'll have the high spot, which is on the opposite side. So it basically works in quarters. This note will be the same as this note. 1/4 of the way around we'll have another note. So you're always trying to catch that low spot up with the high spot without pulling too much that you get the drum over pulled. Now it's beginning to even out again. Once you get back to your high spot, you don't have to pull too much. You just want to keep your slack moving. here, low spot's right there where the slack is. So yank on that, you'll hear the pitch change. Starting to get a little sustain as it comes closer to pitch and also gets more balanced. Then you have to untie your knot by pushing your tail back through again. And once again, using your feet to make sure you keep your tension here. You can over pull a little bit on that last knot. So we have a nice round bottom. Now what we'll do is we'll take a little bit of the tension from the low spot and let it go in the high spot to try to even it out. Just going to check the pitch. Harmonium is always useful for checking pitch. Where high spot is. So we're between D and C. This drum is probably best around D or D sharp. So generally you would want to leave it there and put the blocks in. I know this is a brand new strap and a brand new head, and I know it's going to stretch out a lot in the first couple hours. So I'm going to over pull it just a little bit and then let it settle overnight. So our low spot is right at the back knot. Now, as you get closer to the optimum pitch for the drum, you'll notice a lot more sustain in the head. This is too much slack to let go in the high spot, so I'm just going to bring it all the way around and let it out at the knot. Coming up on the low spot again. Should be able to get this to be really balanced just by pulling that low spot right here. Closer. As soon as you get that balance right, the drum opens right up and you're sustained.